Welcome to the show. Today, before we start, we just wanted to announce that we are now on buymeacoffee.com. So, to support the channel, please head to buymeacoffee.com/Samson King. It's SAMSONKING. And please support the channel. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So, as the weather has improved and the summer is upon us, we wanted to take a look at some of the best books to take with you on holiday, as you might be planning a trip somewhere, whether it's with friends, with family, or by yourself to relax. So, we all know there's a few things beat relaxing in the sun with a good book, especially since we've been staring at our phones and computer screens all year. It's time to close that laptop and put your computer away and dive into a really good book. So whether you're lounging on the beach or in your own back garden, here are the 32 best reads of this summer. Whatever your tastes, whether it's thrillers or family dramas, we've got something for you. So happy reading. All right, let's start off. D is for Death by Harriet F. Townsend. So the first in a brilliant new series of historical mysteries from the author better known as Harriet Evans. Set in the 1930s, it follows Dora as she flees her impending nuptials, then gets caught up in a murder case after finding a body in the London Library. A fun, charming mystery with a brilliant heroine you'll fall in love with. All right, let's take a look at The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. I love how deliciously dark Foley's thrillers are, and this one is her darkest yet. Guests are arriving for the opening of a luxury wellness retreat. Their every last whim catered for. But by the second day, a fire has broken out, a body has been discovered, and the police have been called. This stylish, engrossing page-turner is the perfect companion for a long journey. One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware. If you love TV reality shows such as The Traitors, you will enjoy this pacey page-turner. Scientist Lila has been talked into appearing on the One Perfect Couple TV show by her actor boyfriend. But within days, she's stranded on a paradise island with the other remaining contestants, one of whom will do anything to win. That sounds very intriguing. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. So the queen of the plot flip follows 2022 smash The Family Remains with another addictive thriller that will keep you guessing all the way. When podcaster Alex and Dowdy Josie meet on a night out and realize they're birthday twins, Josie comes up with an idea for a show about the two of them. But the more Alex finds out about Josie, the darker it gets. Real Americans by Rachel Khong. This devastatingly good multi-general drama moves between a woman fleeing China's Cultural Revolution in the 1960s and her daughter Lily's story in early 2000s New York. 20 years on, Lily's son searches for his father. The Bee Sting by Paul Murray. This Booker Prize shortlisted novel tells the story of a once wealthy Irish family that has fallen on hard times. Murray balances humor with poignancy and makes each voice distinct, creating a believable, absorbing picture of a family in crisis. Same as It Ever Was by Claire Lombardo. Lombardo's debut, The Most Fun We Ever Had, was a favorite of mine, so I had huge expectations, and this delivered in spades. 50-something Julia's contended life is turned upside down by the reappearance of an old friend who nearly precipitated her downfall. An insightful, moving look at what it means to juggle motherhood and marriage while maintaining your sense of self. Talking at Night by Claire Daverly. Will and Rosie first met as teenagers and seemed destined to be together. until tragedy drives them apart. Tender and true, this is a stunning debut with lyrical and emotional writing that reminded me at times of Sally Rooney. My Favorite Mistake by Marian Keyes. No one writes about messy, imperfect lives as well as Keyes. Her latest warm and witty story sees Anna Walsh. What a joy to be back with the Walsh sisters. Chuck in her life in New York and come home to Ireland. When she takes a job doing PR for a hotel, she becomes caught up in a tussle with locals, and one of her few allies is a man from her past with whom she has unfinished business. Ordinary Time by Kathy Rentzenbrink. This compassionate portrait of a reluctant vicar's wife who's at a crossroads in her life touched me deeply. Anne has moved to Cornwall for her husband's work, but is struggling with the fact he prioritizes his faith and flock over her and their son. The character of Anne is so well written. It felt as if I knew her, and the story has stayed with me as a result. The List by Yomi Adegoke. Ola is set to marry the love of her life in a month's time, until a list is published of men accused of sexual harassment, and it has her fiancé's name on it. With a gossipy vibe, this buzzy book takes a long, hard look at the dark side of social media. Swimming for Beginners by Nicola Gill. Loretta has her life all planned out. Challenging job, nice but dull fiancé, and it definitely doesn't include children. Then, an unexpected tragedy at an airport throws 6-year-old Phoebe, complete with glittery fairy wings, into Loretta's life and upends it completely. This was the perfect mix of funny, poignant, and heartwarming. The Trouble with Mrs. Montgomery Hearst by Katie Lumsden. This fun comedy of manners shimmers with scandal and social faux pas. It takes place in a country town in 1841, where drama ensues after its most eligible bachelor, Mr. Hearst, announces his marriage to a widow with 3 children. Welcome to Glorious Tuga by Francesca Segal. A slice of sunshine in book form. Newly qualified London vet Charlotte takes up a fellowship on a tiny South Atlantic island to study endangered tortoises. But she's also there to try to track down her dad, who she knows very little about. The descriptions of the island and its community are particularly gorgeous in this one. The Woman by Kristen Hanna. The author of The Nightingale returns with a sweeping emotional read about women in the Vietnam War. Young nurse Frankie follows her brother to war and is posted to a field hospital where the heat is exhausting and heartbreak happens daily. The Stargazers by Harriet Evans. A cellist, Sarah starts her life with her new husband in the 1970s London. Memories of her childhood tormentor. Only when she returns to the crumbling house where she grew up can she move on. A gripping, multi-layered, and atmospheric epic to get lost in. Versions of a Girl by Catherine Gray. Up to the age of 14, Fern's time has split her time between her wealthy mother's London townhouse and motel living with her father in California. At this point, the narrative splits, sliding door style, and we see the versions of Fern she would become if she chose one parent over the other. A clever, compulsive read that asks big questions about the nature-nurture debate. Spoilt Creatures by Amy Twigg. Iris is feeling lost when she meets the mysterious Hazel and moves into her woman-only commune. chasing promises of solace and sisterhood. At first, it seems idyllic, but as flashbacks reveal exactly what happened at the cult-like breach house, the sense of dread builds. It's an extremely accomplished debut. Oh Sister by Jodie Chapman. This novel follows three women who are all connected to the same extreme religion and have been ejected from the church because they have gone against its teachings. Each of their stories is so well written, distinct, and movingly told that, as a reader, you really root for them to thrive. The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. Lauren is shocked to wake up one day and find she has a husband she has no memory of marrying. Stranger still, after he pops up into the attic, a different man returns. So begins this clever and hilarious read that makes you seriously rethink the idea of a soulmate. Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kuang. When superstar author Athena Liu dies in a freak accident, her friend June steals her unpublished novel and pretends it's hers. How far will she go to keep up the charade? I raced through this darkly entertaining thriller and loved its behind-the-scenes peek into the publishing world. The Ministry of Time by Kalyanne Bradley. I absolutely adored this time-traveling love story. It's a perfect mix of witty, sexy, and moving. In their near future, a Victorian explorer expatriated from the past is assigned to a young female civil servant to help him assimilate. When their relationship develops into a romance, they're forced to face the sinister reality of the project that brought them together. The Last Time I Saw You by Jo Levers. After a sighting on a small Scottish island, a brother and sister race to find their mom, Nancy, who disappeared when they were teenagers. Told from the viewpoints of Nancy and Georgie, the daughter, this is a compelling drama that would make a great book club read. Girls by Kirsty Capes. Sisters Maddie and Nora are estranged after a turbulent childhood with their bohemian artist mother. When a new exhibition of a work is planned, the two women come together to try to stop a biographer who's getting too close to the truth. There are lots of big emotions in this heartfelt read, but humor too. Oh, The Edge by Sarah Turner. From the author of The Unmumsy Mum comes a family drama that mixes humor and poignancy. In order to honor her beloved grandmother's last wish, Joni finds herself forced into a week of bonding activities with her estranged family and learns a lot about herself in the process. True Love by Patty Crew. When Keely and Finn meet, they're drawn together by the losses they've experienced in their young lives. This slow-burn love story is gorgeously written, with two characters you won't forget easily. Long Island by Colm Tóibín. This long-awaited sequel to Tóibín's bestseller, Brooklyn, delivers the same mesmerizing mix of elegant and rich storytelling. Ellis Lacey is now living in the suburbs with her husband, Tony, and their children. But when she finds out he's fathered another child, she returns home to Ireland and the love she left behind. Hello, Beautiful by Anne Napolitano. This modern-day homage to the literally classic Little Women is the story of the four Padavano sisters who were close in age and in every other way. Into this happy family comes William, boyfriend of the elder sister Julia. But a trauma from William's difficult childhood threatens to shake the girls' loyalty to one another. Tom Lake by Anne Patchett. Few authors can match Patchett's skill for creating quietly profound novels that stay with readers long after the final page. Patchett's latest is a moving story of youthful love, marriage, and motherhood. In the spring of 2020, Lara's three daughters return home to the family cherry farm in Michigan. As the sisters pick the harvest, they quiz their mother about her past. Playing Games by Huma Qureshi. Sisters Mira and Hannah share the same birthday, 2 years apart. But their relationship has become increasingly strained over the years. When Mira overhears an argument between Hannah and her husband, she uses it as inspiration for the play she has long been trying to write, but at what cost? Qureshi does a wonderful job of capturing the complexities of sisterhood in this intimate, thoughtful novel. Bad Summer, People by Emma Rosenblum. This entertaining read is set on New York State's exclusive Fire Island. It's perfect for fans of Liane Moriarty. Alongside the barbecues and tennis lessons, there's a hefty dose of backstabbing and betrayal. And then a body is found under the boardwalk. Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. Books about American blue blood families are my literally catnip. So I love this tale of a woman marrying into a wealthy New York clan. A smart exploration of class and money and the expectations that go along with it. So that's all we have for you today. Again, we'd love for you to support us on buymeacoffee.com/SamsonKing. I'll throw the link up in the description. Thanks for coming by. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.